Tonight we board a train that travels into lands no memory can reach. As we glide through the shadows of forgotten cities, each stop will carry us into the quietest night of a vanished civilization. Close your eyes, slow your breath. And now let us begin this long night journey into the hidden side of history. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and slowly let it go. This night's story begins in a place no calendar can mark, no map can show, and no memory can fully recall. At the edge of time, on a silent platform, in an empty station untouched by footsteps. The air is cool, but not cold. The sky is deep blue, but not dark, as if distant stars have brightened themselves just to welcome you tonight. Your footsteps echo softly on the stone floor as you walk toward the platform. There is no one around, and yet you don't feel alone. This station seems to know you. At the end of the platform stands an old black train. No name, no number, no engine sound. But it is waiting for you. The doors slide open with a gentle breath. Warm air touches your face. When you step inside, the outside world fades away, as if you've crossed into another reality. The corridor is long, dimly lit. Golden lamps awaken slowly as you pass by, as if the train only wakes for you. At the end of the corridor, an old plaque appears. This train travels only to places the world has forgotten. Then 3 doors reveal themselves on the wall, each carved with a different symbol. Door 1, Vincha culture, sun disk and spirals. Door 2, Tartessos, scorpion and waves. Door 3, Çatalhöyük, goddess and fertility patterns. Each door leads to the quietest night of a vanished world. The train trembles softly, as if waiting for your choice. You walk toward the first door. A deep silence falls. The door slowly opens. Tonight's first destination. As you step through the doorway, the warm golden light of the train fades behind you. Not abruptly, but slowly, as if the train is gently handing you over to a world it respects. The air is cool yet comforting. The sky above stretches in a soft gray-blue tone, calm and undisturbed. The kind of sky that belongs not to modern nights but to ancient worlds that have spent their centuries in silence. Before you lies a long stone path. The stones are smooth and precisely shaped, each one placed with intention, as if the hands that carved them were never in a hurry. A thin veil of dust sits atop them, the quiet testimony that no footsteps have echoed here for an impossibly long time. This is Vincha, one of the earliest known cultures of old Europe, a place where life once flowed gently, untroubled, unrushed, and free from the chaos that would later shape civilizations. As you walk, the world around you settles into a perfect stillness. There is no human voice, no wooden wheel rolling over ground, no crackling fire, no animal cry. Just the faint sound of the night breathing. Somewhere far in the distance, an owl sings its lonely note. The wind carries the smell of earth, warm, ancient, and strangely familiar. You pass by low rectangular homes. Their walls are made of clay-strengthened stone blocks, their entrances small and humble. On every door frame, the spiral symbol is carved, the symbol of the endless cycle. Birth, death, return. To the people of Vincha, time was not a straight line. It did not begin and end. It circled, folded, and returned to itself. Every life was a loop, every story a ring. As you move deeper into the settlement, a structure of 3 large stone pillars catches your eye. On each pillar is carved the same elongated female figure, large eyes, thin lips, a long crown upon her forehead. She is the night goddess of Vincha. Her large eyes symbolized sight in the darkness, a guardian of sleep, a watcher of dreams, a keeper of the safe night. Inside, the walls are covered with hundreds of small symbols. Short lines, circles, waves, triangles, spirals, each one a breath, a whisper, a memory. And together they feel like a silent hymn, of a world trying to tell you its story. One symbol at a time, you return outside and follow the wind to the center of the settlement. There, a wide stone platform rises from the ground. Around it are stones arranged in a perfect circle, their surfaces stained with deep red clay, signs of a ritual perhaps repeated countless times on nights like this one. In the center stand two tall statues. One is a woman, one is a man. Their faces young, but their presence old, ancient, timeless. The woman faces east, toward birth. The man faces west, toward the end of the day. Together, they tell a story of the rising and falling of the sun, a journey across the sky, a cycle repeated endlessly. You climb the platform. Fine cracks run across the surface, not the marks of destruction, but the gentle fractures of age, like the wisdom lines on the face of someone who has lived long and quietly. When you place your palms upon the stone, a faint vibration pulses through it, and then a whisper reaches you, soft, ancient. Cycle? Cycle? Not a word spoken aloud, a word remembered by the stone itself. As you continue walking, a warm flicker of light glows ahead, a small home. Its door slightly open, a single flame burning inside. Through the doorway, you see an old man seated by a low table, his hair long, his silhouette still, his hands shaping clay bowls. Each bowl bears symbols, spirals, suns, trees, waves. He finishes one, sets it down, and without lifting his head, he speaks dash dash, as if talking to the night itself. Time is not a line, he murmurs. It is a path. In this city, chose to leave the path. The bowl cracks, not because it falls, not because it is flawed. It simply breaks, quietly, on its own, as if following a natural conclusion. The flame dims, the man dissolves into shadow, and the doorway becomes still. You walk again through the city. The night deepens, the silence grows softer, almost warm. Vincha is not a ghost town, it is a memory breathing. The wind circles once more through the stone streets. This time it carries a tone, not quite music, not quite a whisper, just a gentle reminder that something lived here long and peacefully. As the melody fades, you know the night is ending. You glance back one final time. The entire settlement glows faintly under the moonlight. Then softens, it dissolves and sinks into a mist made of time. Just before the mist closes completely, a final whisper reaches you. As long as we are remembered, we are endless. You step back through the doorway. The train accepts you again, with quiet golden light as if welcoming you home. And ahead another door appears, marked with a scorpion, carved with waves. Your next journey awaits. When the door to Vincha's memory closes behind you, the train greets you again with its soft golden glow. But this time, the air in the corridor feels different, as if the scent of salt, sea wind, and ancient harbors is drifting through the walls. In front of you stands another door, its carvings sharper, more deliberate, as though chiseled by hands that lived by the rhythm of waves. At the center of the door, a scorpion, its tail curled upward, its body polished by time. Beneath it, waves ripple outward in stone. You place your hand on the door. It is cold, but the cold carries a memory, a taste of salt, a whisper of tides, a breath of distant shores. The door opens, and you step not onto stone, but onto an old wooden pier. The wood is warm from the day's sun, yet cooled by the night air. It bends gently under your weight, each plank releasing a soft creak, a soothing rhythm like a lullaby from the sea. You lift your head and see it, the lost harbor of Tartessos, a moonlit expanse of forgotten history, a place spoken of in legends, half believed by scholars, yet here it stands, silent, waiting to breathing. The air is thick with the scent of salt. Gentle waves tap against the wooden supports. The sky is clear, the moon bright, casting a silver path that stretches far across the dark waters. You walk down the pier and feel the night deepening around you. heavy, calm, almost sacred. The harbor is large, much larger than you expected. Warehouses line the shore, doors half open, crates stacked in perfect rows, sealed amphorae resting untouched, but there is no one here. No voices, no footsteps, no flicker of torchlight. It is as if the entire city stood up one day and walked quietly into the sea breeze. In the center of the port stands a stone square. You walk toward it, your steps echoing softly between the walls of long-abandoned markets. A metal statue rises from the middle of the square, a tall woman holding an oar. Waves swirl at her feet. She is mother of the sea, the guardian of Tartessos. The Tartessian believed that every wave carried a story, that the sea did not hide memories, it preserved them. Beneath the statue, a wide stone circle bears carvings resembling a map. Symbols of fish, of scorpions, of the sun and stars. A vocabulary of a lost people, a language without an alphabet. You continue into the narrow inner streets. Lamps hang overhead, unlit yet shimmering faintly with stolen moonlight. One home has its door ajar. Inside, maps line the walls. Detailed drawings of coastlines, currents, star patterns. On a table lies an unfinished parchment, a route drawn southward toward unknown lands. Perhaps Tartessos was preparing to voyage, perhaps they left willingly, perhaps they sought a new horizon, or perhaps the sea itself called them home. A small bronze bell inside the house rings once. There is no wind, no movement, yet it rings, clear, delicate, like a memory tapping your shoulder. A soft voice follows. The sea called, and we went. The voice dissolves. You walk further until the roar of waves grows stronger. At the shoreline between silent boats, one small vessel still holds a burning candle. Inside the boat lies a scroll. Written on it in graceful handwriting, "When the sky changed, we changed with it. Night thickens around you, but the darkness here is gentle, like a blanket laid over tired memories. You do not fully understand what became of Tartessos, but the feeling settles quietly in your chest. They were not destroyed. They simply shifted. When you return to the pier, the train's doorway glows softly, inviting you. As the door closes behind you, the sound of the harbor fades. We remain between the waves, and the train glides forward. Ahead, a new door forms, carved with the symbol of a goddess surrounded by 9 circles. Your next destination emerges from prehistory. When the door to Tartessos closes behind you, the corridor of the train changes once more. The salty breeze of the lost harbor dissolves, and in its place rises the deep, warm scent of earth. Fresh after rain, ancient in memory, alive beneath your feet. Soft golden lamps awaken along the walls, and the air grows heavier, as though the train is preparing you for a place older than cities, older than stories, older even than the idea of civilization itself. Ahead, a new door materializes. This door is quiet. It carries no elaborate pattern, no sharp symbols, no intimidating shapes. Instead, it holds a single carved figure, a woman, broad-hipped, large-eyed, arms resting calmly upon her torso, the mother. Around her 9 circles are etched like planets orbiting a sun, representing the 9 layers of life, the 9 cycles of existence, the 9 echoes of creation. You place your hand on the door. It is warm, so warm that it feels alive like a heartbeat beneath your palm. The door opens, and the world shifts. You step into a dry, warm breeze. It brushes your face gently, not with the cold bite of night, but with the softness of ancient soil that has slept under the same moon. For thousands upon thousands of years, the landscape stretches wide, flat, expansive, bathed in the muted glow of a vast moon that hangs low over the horizon. This is Çatalhöyük, one of the oldest settlements humans ever built, a place where life was shaped, not by walls or streets, but by hands, earth, and dreams. You walk forward. The homes rise like clay cubes clustered so closely that no streets divide them. In Çatalhöyük, people did not enter their homes through doors. They entered through the roofs. Life here was vertical, not horizontal. You climb onto a rooftop. The clay is warm under your hands, as if storing centuries of sun. There is a square opening at the center, a roof door. You lift it gently and descend the wooden ladder into a warm, dim room. Inside, the walls glow in earthy reds and soft whites, pigments from minerals long vanished. Iron oxides, burnt ochres, chalks ash. On one wall, a massive bull's head is mounted in relief, its horns spread wide and its presence heavy with the power of ancient rituals surrounding it. Are painted lines, symbols, patterns, dash, dash, the dreams of a people who carved their imagination directly into stone. In the corner, a small fire burns quietly. Its crackle is so soft, it matches the rhythm of your breath. The room feels alive. You sense the presence of a family. A mother grinding grain, a child playing with a clay rattle, a father mending a tool. They are not here, but the room remembers them. On a shelf carved into the wall, you see a small clay figurine, the mother goddess, sitting proudly shaped with strong hands, with wide hips and full form. She embodies fertility, protection, and the endless return of life. You do not touch her. You simply stand before her and listen. And then a whisper rises behind you. Soft, old, steady. The earth remembers everything. You turn. No one is there, but a strand of moonlight slips through the rooftop opening, falling like a silver ribbon onto the floor. Çatalhöyük was no ordinary settlement. Here, the living and the dead shared the same space. People buried their ancestors beneath the floors of their homes, sleeping above them each night. Life and death were not opposites. They were companions. You climb back through the roof and stand atop the home once more. The entire settlement spreads beneath you like a mosaic. Houses rise in clusters. Chimneys exhale faint trails of smoke. The moon hangs fat and low, casting everything in a soft, milk-like glow. You walk across the rooftops until you reach the edge of the settlement. From there, an open plain extends into the darkness. A thin veil of mist drifts over the ground, moving slowly, like a dream, searching for someone to enter. The land hums quietly, a vibration deep beneath the soil. Çatalhöyük breathes. You close your eyes and listen to the warm pulse of the earth, and then you hear it. A voice rising from below, from the buried memories, from the ancestors themselves. We lulled the earth to sleep, and the earth lulled us. The words ring softly. Like a lullaby carried through time, you open your eyes, and the train's doorway appears behind you, shimmering faintly in the moonlight. The city fades, the rooftops dissolve, the bull's head retreats into the darkness, the goddess sinks into shadow, and the night of Çatalhöyük folds back into the soil. You step through the doorway. The train accepts you once again, its warm light settling around you like a blanket. As the door closes, one final whisper follows. Our dreams were written into the earth. The train glides forward, and ahead a new door forms, carved with two great animal heads, a bull and a stag. Your next journey is calling. The moment you leave Çatalhöyük behind, the train dims its lights, as if preparing your mind. For a land without walls, without borders, without time, a new door forms. This one carved with two ancient spirits, a bull, symbol of strength, and a stag, symbol of freedom. You place your hand on the door. A cold wind sweeps across your skin, carrying the scent of dry grass, of horse sweat, and distant campfire smoke. The door opens. You step into the endless steppe. The sky is enormous, the largest sky you have ever seen. A dome of silver and blue filled with thousands of stars, each one shimmering, as though breathing. The moon is bright and high, casting long shadows. Across the sea of tall, whispering grasses, far away a faint glow flickers, a fire, a circle of nomadic tents. You walk toward it. The grass sways in waves, rustling softly with each step. The air is crisp, pure, ancient. You reach the camp. Horses stand tethered nearby, their manes dancing in the night breeze. The fire crackles gently, casting warm light across the hides. And spears. Surrounding the tents, a man sits by the flames. Long hair, long beard, wrapped in a heavy fur. He watches the fire as if it holds the secrets of the sky. Without looking at you, he speaks. The sky sees everything. His voice is calm, deep, carved by wind and years. He gestures for you to sit. Silence settles between you. A peaceful silence woven from the threads of night. Then he opens a small leather pouch and pours carved bones into the dust. Each bone bears a symbol: the sun, the moon, a horse, an arrow, an eagle. These are the signs. The heavens left for us, he murmurs. He picks up a bone, carved with the figure of a horse. Life to a Scythian was like a horse running at full speed, and he says, we do not know when we will stop, we do not know where the road ends. But the wind guides us. He shows you the arrow symbol. We fought, not to conquer, but to protect our path, to protect the breath of our horses. Then he lifts the star-shaped bone. Everything lost returns to the sky. A gust of wind sweeps across the camp. The fire flares blue for a moment. The steppe hums, a sound like distant hooves running across the earth. The man stands, looks to the horizon. We wandered, he says. We took nothing, left no cities and carried no walls. He nods once. That is why we are never truly gone. He steps back and slowly dissolves into the darkness. Like smoke, like memory, like a story returning to the stars. You remain by the fire, listening to its soft crackle, feeling the gentle pull of sleep. A horse neighs in the distance. Another stomps the earth, and then a warm light appears behind you. The train's door. The journey is ending. You rise, take one last breath of the ancient steppe, and step back into the golden corridor. As the door closes, a whisper travels through the wind. Those who remember us ride beside us. The train breathes, and the night folds quietly around you. Your journey through forgotten worlds has come to an end. This long night journey is complete, but let your dreams keep wandering. Through the silent cities time has left behind. Close your eyes and drift gently into a deep and peaceful sleep.